Okay, I found it. Alpha 3 has probably played more. No, it's definitely played more than 2. In Japan, 2 basically doesn't exist. And outside of Japan, neither of them are played very much at all. Three is still considered one of the premier arcade games in Japan. You don't see Sim very often, but he's considered to be one of the top tiers in this game. He's very rare, though. Even when Sim is a good character, he's not often played. When you see, like, top tier level ST, where Sim is, like, top 1, maybe. Not counting Akuma. You still, like, it's usually, like, old Sagat, or, like, Vega, or Ryu, or Chun-Li. It's not often Sim. Or Rog. The idea that 2 is better than 3 is kind of recent. I never saw that until Too Old Too Furious started playing 2. And then it became like the thing that it became the thing that people thought other people thought. I mean, I think a lot of people do think 2 is better than 3, don't get me wrong. But I usually hear people who haven't played either wondering about the difference between them. Or like saying, why are people playing 3? I thought 2 was the good one, or stuff like that. Until very recently, 3 was, it was going back and playing 2 was like going back and playing Second Impact. It's like, why would you do that? I like understand if someone likes 2 more. They're very different games. It's very understandable to want to go back and play 2. It's not like 3 just replaces 2 at all. Oh yeah. They're both quite different from ST, I feel. But 3 is more different. They both have anime influence. And by that I don't actually mean like, it's more accurate to say they influence anime fighters. But they both feel more like anime fighters than ST does. But 3 takes it further than 2 does, you know what I mean? Like 3 just keeps it going farther. Nice. Is that a perfect? A lot of people are kind of iffy on 3 because of the infinites. Sodom has one, maybe we'll see it. Nice, SPD. Another one. Excellent anti-air. Good conversion. Oh, almost a good conversion. Chip out? Or not chip out, I mean a guard break. Looks like yes. He can't, yeah. Okay, infinite here. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. That infinite is a lot harder than it looks. You can never be neutral or else the opponent regains the ability to flip out of the combo. So every time you land, you have to go straight to a crouch, and then every time you crouch, you have to go straight to a jump. So you have to like crouch for 1 frame every landing. Or it's like, it doesn't have to be exactly 1 frame, but the longer you take, the less time you have to jump again. And you have to be pretty perfect about it, or else the opponent starts losing height. Geef could have like what do you call that, alpha countered out of that. Akuma couldn't have last match because he had no meter. But Geef could have. Nice. Nice Lariat. Lariat has a shit ton of invincibility in this game. Keith is like maybe a top tier. Look at that fucking guard bar. There it goes. Guard break. This is looking pretty hard for Sodom now. Guard breaking is going to be an issue for the rest of the round. He can't like block that much. EX2 Plus is usually the EX game people remember the best. EX3 is a bit different. It's still popular, but it's... I don't know if it was on arcade. It has like tagging, I think. I don't know that much about EX3. 2 is basically just an upgrade from 1 if memory serves. But neither of them... No EX game is that popular. They're more a novelty. They're surprisingly well made. They're like actually good fighting games. But they're not popular fighting games. They're not like still played anywhere, to my knowledge. Maybe like Japanese arcade tournaments still, here and there. Oh, there he got grabbed by the SPD. Not unthrowable. Oh, the body splash hitboxes. There's SPD getting lariated again. All about the timing. God, these ticks. Are you being serious? I started the stream by playing Maple Story. I didn't play that much though. I was playing a private server. I was playing Ares MS. Playing a Blaze Wizard. I got to level 60 and then I stopped. Favorite A3 character to watch? That's a hard one. I like most of the characters in this game. Maybe Junie. She's kind of cool. She takes the best parts of Kemi and has some other interesting things. To play is probably boring old Ryu. Alpha 3 Ryu is fun. He shits damage. And Dizzy too. He's also quite easy. Which is very appealing for me. Not baddie. I think Balrog is usually considered to be a bottom tier in this game. He's a secret character. Says Junie actually. I love Ryu's close hard kick in this game. Blaze Whiz is cool. It's not the Blaze Whiz I remember, but it's not bad. The yo-yo flame effects are kind of neat. Ooh, the sweep on the roll. The headbutt, that does a lot of dizzy, I think. Or not dizzy, guard break. It actually didn't seem to do that much. You can like hop over stuff with it too. The SP reset completely did not work. Keith jumped out. Both these characters are considered to be like higher top tiers. Oh, nice. Their activation. Chew. Get bit. I think people didn't really like the balance of the console version of memory serves. Ooh. That guard meter. He's dying though. Keith is pretty scary if he can get a guard break and a little bit of... Oh, I don't see this happening. I would just let myself get guard broken if I was to set him. I wouldn't try and like block with my face. The new characters are kind of interesting in Alpha 3 console version. I don't know if there's anything super crazy. Unfortunately, a lot of them are pretty unexplored. I've never seen a Vism combo with fucking Fei Long. I really would like to see that, to be honest. Nice reset. There's no SPD quite like that in modern Street Fighter. The closest is Colleen's V-Skill, actually. Colleen VS2. Must balance Street Fighter game. Hard to say. Street Fighter 1. CE is a decent answer. Street Fighter 1 is probably the purest answer because there's only 2 characters and they're both exactly the same. But it's like saying what's the most balanced fighting game, and then I say rock, paper, scissors, but you can only pick rock. It's like, yeah, that's perfectly balanced, I guess. Look at that low strong. Cool normal. How come you didn't get to keep that? Is that even low strong? I don't know. I think it is. God, for like 2 seconds I read CE and I thought you meant like SF2 CE, and I was like, huh? SSF4 is good from a top tier perspective, but not a bottom tier perspective. There are a lot of non-viable characters. It's like you've got a top tier that's like 15 characters, which is great. But then there's like 5 characters that literally don't work at all, which is bad. Dan is one of them. Makoto is one of them. Hakan is probably one of them. There's a couple others that are maybe there. There were a lot that saw almost no use. Makoto was really bad. Makoto got buffed 4 patches in a row, I think. She did lose low axe kick. DJ is definitely down there. Maybe Cody too. I think Cody got buffed 4 times in 4 patches. And DJ definitely did. Yeah, Tsurugi got worse in one of the patches. I think A2012 to Ultra. But generally speaking, Makoto's gone up and up besides that change. That is a big nerf, but I think overall every patch she's gotten better. Omega DJ is just a Nash. Omega DJ has a lot of stuff that ended up on Nash. The flip kick is very similar to Nash's moonsault. The fireballs work almost exactly the same as Nash's do. It's like a lot of startup and very little recovery, or very little startup and a lot of recovery. And then the EX fireball, you can throw either 1 or 2, which is exactly like Nash. There's some other stuff too. The fact that he's a motion character as well. It's like unreal. I didn't even know until fucking, I think Sefric or someone pointed it out. It's like, hey, did you ever notice that like SF4O DJ is just Nash? And then when I started fooling around, it's like, oh shit. DJ would actually be one of the most popular SF4O videos I could make if I looked at shit like that. My SF4O videos are probably my favorite videos to make, and they seem pretty popular too. I want to take all the ones I've made and put them on my channel. I'm sure you can too, but I haven't asked the relevant people if I can even do that. I've been meaning to make a SF5 lore video forever. I went back and watched the SF4 lore video because everyone else was, and I sound pretty fucking tired in it. It was back. It was one of the earlier videos I made, and I wasn't very good at being a talky guy, if you know what I mean. It's a skill I had to build. Some people probably have it naturally, but not me. I've made a lot of progress. Oh, look at that. Knockdown into command grabs are an OTG if custom combo is active. It's one of my favorite mechanics in this game, actually. Both these characters can exploit it. I didn't used to have the tuber gene. I only kind of have it now. I think I do have the Twitch gene. Didn't need to do anything to get that one. You just have to be comfy to have the Twitch gene. I can do comfy. Oh, see the OTG command grab? I love that shit. These on the way up body splashes are so shameless. Oh. That lariat hitbox. Oh my god, just lariat. Fuck you, activate. Here's my lariat. Geef is just throwing around these huge fucking hitboxes. Oh, that... yeah, he couldn't really block that, because if that was blocked, then Geef could hit a button on the ground, and that would guard break. It's Vism to do the crazy jump. It's it's his towards fierce, and you card the towards fierce into custom combo activate. It's called a Katobi cancel. Geef's custom combos are cool looking. See that whiff? Every now and then you see them block and they flash blue. If you hit a button on the frame that you block something, or like the frame after you block something, something like that, I don't remember. You flash blue and you take less block damage if it's a move that does chip, and that might actually be the only effect. If you're getting hit and you hit a button the frame you get hit, then you flash red and you take like half damage. Interesting little mechanic of this game. It might be a perfect block for the blocking one. I think it's an input for the getting hit one. I never did them when I played this game, so I don't really know. Love that combo. It does so much damage too. I have a sneaking suspicion that Ryu has a basically 50% win rate online at like all ranks. That's like the only good reason I can think of that Capcom would be that unwilling to buff him. Is that he's like actually already alright. Yeah, for what it's worth, this is the first time ever that Ryu has been not overrepresented in Street Fighter. For what it's worth as well, fighting game companies that overpatch have gotten some flack for it. Sometimes you do just need to explore a little bit more, but sometimes players need the nudge to start exploring. I think Ryu has been where he is long enough that Capcom knows whether he needs a buff or not. That was the red flash. You guys see it? I'll go back and pause on that specific frame so everyone can see it. What's my like frame by frame button? Was that it? No, I'm not even sure. Whoa, I just muted several times. I think that's the red flash. I think he's hitting a button on the frame he gets hit. Anyway, there's more to it than that as well. VS2 is definitely shit. I find it very likely that VS2 will get buffed if there's another SF5 patch. Oh, that was the Katabi cancel. We saw it. Look at it. Really funny looking, isn't it? Whoom. He's invincible while he's jumping over, too. That's the hilarious part. Or it depends on how much V meter he has. V meter. The more meter you have when you activate custom combo, the more invincibility you have. I think biannual is good, and annual is also good. I don't know about Lucia. I legit do not know. I find it pretty likely that with Seth we might get a little teeny balance patch. It's not going to be anything super crazy. It's not going to try and patch every single character. But I think it might address some V-Skill 2s. But apart from Ryu, I can't even think of any that really need addressing. There are a couple that could be a bit stronger. Well, there's a lot that could be a bit stronger. But Ryu's VS2 is like a joke. I would say that Ryu, Chun-Li and Kareen probably lost. The VS2 patch. Probably the worst characters overall. No, I don't give a fuck about it not being an overhead. That's like, it doesn't matter at all, I feel. I understand why people want it to be an overhead, but it's very reactable. If they made it an overhead, that wouldn't be a buff. Counter B triggers are not great, but not terrible. I don't think Ryu's VT2 is terrible. There wouldn't be anything busted. It's very slow. You could just be able to block it. That's not the buff it needs. It wouldn't change anything if it was an overhead, except it would make it better at blowing up noobs. They could do the same thing with a couple of the similar V-skills. Like Ken's charged V-skill 2 could be an overhead, and it wouldn't change anything. I think there's another one that's also very similar, but I can't think of what it is. Maybe Kage V-skill 2. Or maybe, what's her face? Lucia V-skill 2. Those could be overheads, and it probably wouldn't change too much. But I see no reason to make them overheads, to be honest. Nice. None of them are overheads now. Chun-Li's is probably the weirdest because it's the biggest hop. And also it's a move that's been an overhead in previous games. A slept on V-skill? That's a hard one. I don't know. Part of me wants to say Laura a bit, but you're giving up a lot to not pick Laura V-skill 1. But Laura's V-skill 2 is really good. No one's picking it. I think most Sakura players knew that, like, V-Skill 2 was better than V-Skill 1. But it's not crazy. It's not like that one Evo. Neither of Sakura's V-Skills are very good. They just have their purposes. And Namen used them when they were appropriate. It's hard to say what the most underrated V-Skill is. Maybe Ken's. But I think a lot of Ken players actually think it's okay. But they still pick Run anyway. So, I don't know if I would really say that one's underrated. G's V-Skill 2? That's another one where people think it's okay. But, like, it's hard to give that up. Hard to give up V-Skill 1. Because you lose some cool stuff you can do in VT1. But on paper, it is a super strong... Oh, the hitbox on that. On paper, G's V-Skill 2 is a super strong V-Skill, I feel. Yeah, I remember a Nash player saying that about Nash VT2, or VS2, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. He called it a win more V-Skill, and I feel like G's V-Skill 2 is like that as well. It's like, it doesn't actually make your bad matchups good, it just makes your good matchups even better. If you already have, like, level 1, or, like, 1 boost to Presidentiality as G, V-Skill 2 is such a good ender. 1, because it lets you keep your Presidentiality, and 2, because it's a lot faster. You still get Oki afterwards. He swept the, whatever that move is called, where he lands on his Jite. That move does so much fucking damage. Sodom's 360 kick. Why is it so powerful? No, Urian's VS1 and VS2 have super different functions. I have no idea about Seth. I haven't watched any of the trailers. Or, like, streams. I think Urian's VS2 is probably going to be generally picked from now on. It's just because it's easier to use a Fireball. That's all. Fireball is an easier move to use in neutral than Headbutt or Tackle. And when it comes to V-Skills, that's like how much V-meter you can build. Is how often you can actually use the special move. So like the new combos you get from Urian VS2 are not very good. They're not anything special, rather. But the fact that you can use it to build V-meter easier is a big deal. It's not that using Tackle or Headbutt neutral is awful, it's just, it's so specific. You can easily get punished if you do it in a dumb way. But V-Skill 1 does give you some cool stuff. Like EX Tackle in VS1 is armored safe move. And anti-air Headbutt in VS1 is anti-air, armored anti-air you can combo out of. He has some like really cool stuff, don't get me wrong. In VS1. It's just very different from VS2. This is an infinite, by the way. Oh. Should have done a neutral jump on that one. One neutral jump, 2 forward jumps. You have to, that's like a consistent thing with SFA3, yeah. You have to be really careful about the way you attack. Most attacks have an actual bad way of using them. In a lot of older Street Fighters, there are instances where there's basically no bad way to use the move. The parry. That was her V-reverse in old Street Fighter V. And then they gave it to her for her V-trigger too, so they give her a new V-reverse. We're talking about SF4, SF5 stuff, because I can't tell you about SF5 stuff. The name of the move would probably help a lot, because Seth usually doesn't rename his moves when he borrows them from people. So if you want to find his move list, that would probably do it. G's got a really cool design and a great gameplay design. I think it's really obvious to me why people like G. He's so unique to fight and he's so unique to play because his priorities aren't just hurting the opponent. In terms of visual design, he's fucking... I don't know, he's like mysterious. He deepens the lore of who the fuck Q is without actually addressing it in any way. He's actually genuinely, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, there's a word that would perfectly explain it. He does have a really good voice. He commands attention, you know what I mean? That's like what the word I'm looking for means. He's magnetic, you know? Guard break? Nope. Denied. Oh, that could have been command grab. She had a kill there. The taunt. A heel turn for G? I would like that. I don't know how other people would feel. Cruel Disaster. It's probably new. Not every move Seth uses is borrowed, but Cruel Disaster isn't a move that I'm aware of in Street Fighter, and I know most move names. Seth's taunt and pull is entirely new in SF4. Cruel Disaster. I don't know. Charismatic is decent. Not quite the word I was looking for. Magnetic is closer. Ah. Nice confirm. Just his personality in and of itself is interesting, is what I'm trying to say. Like intriguing, you know? That's not the word I'm looking for either. Guard break into fucking infinite. Oh, he dropped it. Guard break is super scary right now for Karine. She can't block anything. Yeah. It could be a move from another fighting game. Right? Because he's got like a Dimitri special move. It's not out of the question that he borrowed. He's making a lore reference to something else. That's happened loads of times. It's not uncommon to have references to other fighting games in Street Fighter characters. Raging Demon is a reference to a Morgan move, and then Morgan in NBC got a Raging Demon of her own. I've seen the JoJo move. It is legitimately 100% a JoJo move. It's like not a question. I've seen many JoJo references in my time, and I can say with a certainty that that is in fact a JoJo reference. I know there's like, you can like Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference? When did that all start? Pokemon Z moves, I think. Pokemon Sun and Moon. Everyone's seeing that and being like, is that a JoJo reference? Combine that with the growing popularity of JoJo. Pokemon Sun and Moon coming out at the same time that JoJo got popular. Whoa, it missed! Popular in the US, that is. Nice. Love seeing the OTG command grabs so much. I will say I've seen a lot of Sodom though. What's really funny is if a command grab dizzies and you get an OTG command grab afterwards, it like stacks dizzies. And you start getting like 50 fucking, not 50, but you start getting like 10 or 12 like chicks over the opponent's head instead of like 4. Gee, they're both good. Maybe Hard Punch is better. Oh, see, that was a failed crouch cancel. That's why the other Sodom was able to act midair. Whiffing throws builds meter in this game. It's very similar to normals with normals building meter in SF3. I'll see that juggle out of the throw. Sodom has 2 identical throws, except one recovers. One does half damage, but recovers really quickly, enabling juggles. Very interesting idea. He got a nice high juggle here. So the idea, oh, the jump back. Oh, he dropped it. So the idea there is once you get up to 50%, you can reactivate and then get them back up to a high point. I didn't know that throw tech recovery was non-standard in this game. That was news to me. What the fuck? God, why does that do so much damage? Going for the guard break immediately. And he gets this nonsense. Missed the crouch cancel. Now it's my turn. Mom says it's my turn to infinite. God, one of the Pokemon memes that I was really enjoying with Dynamax was Mom says it's my turn to sweep. That shit makes me laugh. Because that's actually what Dynamax is. It's Nash. Nash is actually just Guile in this game. Guile with a forward dash. You got a charge boom, a charge flash kick, and no other special moves. That's all you need, baby. Just the 2. Normals are a bit different, though. Oh, here we go. I really enjoy these fucking, yeah. That combo is super cool. This is a game where pokes are already super dominant, and Nash's pokes feel great. Like, they feel good, you know? They feel like Guile pokes, but better. I love his fucking far run-house. Oh. I love his low forward. That button is god. I love knee shot. I love rolling so bot. That guard meter. That's just almost at a point where he doesn't have to care. Yeah, that. There was no confirmation there because if Sodom blocked it, it would just guard break him. That's the cool thing you can do when you get the opponent to a really low guard amount. You can just treat it like they're not gonna block, because if they do block, they'll be unable to. They probably felt pressured because this game is called Alpha 3. So they couldn't change too much. Their rules are different with crossover games. It's flat out. You can't have a Ryu who turns into Ken and Akuma outside of a crossover game. God, why the fuck did MBCI Ryu not have that? Or honestly, MBC3 Ryu. I get why MBC2 Ryu didn't have it. That would have been so fucking sick if Ryu could turn into Ken and Akuma, like MVC1. This should kill unless he fucks it up. He did the air throw really early. The air throw does, it's not unscaled damage, but even with high scaling it does a lot of damage. Blocking anti-air flash kicks, that works. I didn't know that. Oh, this combo is beautiful! Wall to wall. Around the world combos. Man, the stage is narrow. Jump and activate will beat. If you've got a lot of percentage of super, it will beat an anti-air. Once Nash is airborne, probably, because you can block air-to-airs but not anti-airs. A lot of anti-airs in this game aren't even invincible. A lot of uppercuts, I should say. Ryu and Ken and Akuma all are, and so is Adon and Sagat. But I don't know if Flash Kick is. Nice. That guard break is looking super scary. Ooh. Oh! Whoa, nice. I've never seen a hitbox viewer showing off that, oh, the alpha counter! He had to burn some meter to win, but that was nice. Shoutouts to Nash's alpha counter having hitbox. Shoutouts to his V-reversal not having hitbox. Anyway, Sodom's sweep is actually the lowest profile sweep in the whole game, including some that are visually lower, like Dulcin. Or Guy. Nice. Still nice. No predictions. But wait and watch. It's just a Buster Drop or whatever. Oh. When are they actually being announced right now? No SFA3. Nice, activate. See the red flashes? Just hitting buttons because there's not much else to do. Try to flip out and see if they dropped it. You try and time your button presses with getting hit. If there was no SF5, I wonder what the fuck Capcom would do. Would they like rent out another fucking building in Vegas and snipe all the people? Or would they just be like, only Capcom Cup this year? Nothing is a very feasible answer. Marvel 2. 8-man invitational. That's pretty cool. I hope Clockwork is there. Are they going to say who the 8 people are? Am I going to get Justin Wong? Am I going to get Neo, Golden Boy? Am I going to get Sanford Kelly? Am I going to get IFC Yipes? That's cool. Cool combo. Oh, it's over. Video's over. I've got to start prepping for work, like, super soon. In fact, I shouldn't even start watching this. Oh, but it's Sagat. That's cool. It's Julie. Julie is literally a worse Cammy. I'm dead serious. She's Cammy, but Spiral Arrow is shitty. It's that move. Yeah, it's the shit one. It's weird. Junie has all this shit that's very unique to her. And Julie is just like motion Cammy, but Cammy's already motion. Cammy without Hooligan. Cammy without Hooligan and without Spiral Arrow. And the move she gets in place with Spiral Arrow is not that good. SFA got confirmed. That's good. Grand Blue. This is like all the games that everyone was already saying, except people were kind of on the fence on whether Dragon Ball FighterZ would be there. I'm glad it is for those guys. Same show and Solo Calibur both made it. Good for them. Oh, no MK. No MK. I went to sleep last night watching an MK11 tournament posted on Thunder One. Well, dead to me. Nice. Activate. Bad combo. Well, not every game can be in Evo. Birdie. I think Birdie's usually considered to be a lower bottom tier in this game nowadays. Not that he was ever considered to be super strong. Look at that. 2-hit low strong. And he confirmed it. Birdie's an actual charge character in this game. People always mention Nash and Vega stopping being charge characters, but Birdie did too, and people never mention him. It's because I think a lot of people didn't play Birdie. A lot of people have no exposure to this character, whereas a lot of people have exposure to, like, Nash and Vega. He's just a Balrog. function in this game, which is cool because Balrog doesn't like that's a weird character to have another function. But Birdie has Balrog's turnaround punch, and he's got Balrog's dash punches with slight modifications on both counts. And then I think he has a couple SPDs. Yeah, I know. I know Balrog's here. I'm just saying Birdie's a Balrog function. Ah. Exposure to SF5 birdies, given a lot of these normals. Oh, look at Low Strong just getting beat. Stand Fierce is a good normal, though. Bullhead and Bullhorn are super similar in this game, visually. This is one of them is red and the other one isn't. Also, Bullhorn is like a 3-button release instead of a 1-button release. Like tap. I think the jump strong is like jump low strong in this game, jump down strong. I don't even fucking remember. I haven't played Birdie in this game in ages. Good conversion. Super interesting. I called her a bad Kami, but she's still mostly a Kami. She has very... they're like the same normals. She's got like the same normals. Kami's normals are pretty good. I actually need to leave as soon as this round is over. Okay. Look at that close fierce, but it's actually far fierce. Kami's far fierce in SF4 is like taken from the end of quick spin knuckle. Cool. Come on to the grab. I think it has good mechanics to play. I think it's a little unhyped to watch. And there's some iffy stuff about it. Oh, you're here just the wrong time. I'm about to leave. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I've got like a test I've got to study for. Probably going to devote all of tomorrow to that. Got a remotely proctored quiz. The Discord invite. It's a curious scenario. Because I know why. I guess I should tell you. I'll tell you once I stop streaming. Ooh, cheap. Alright, I gotta go.